So in this clip, we're going to see the host of The Edge, Eric Bolling, try and run cover and a bit of defense for Donald Trump in light of the Jeffrey Epstein emails that came out yesterday. We're also then going to see him get pushed back upon, but then he's going to try and walk it back. But I just want to give a few of my reasonings why I believe he meant what he said first time. As usual, let's watch the clip in full. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts towards the end.
You know what's interesting, Eric? I'm just checking here some background information we had before we did this panel. In a 2016 deposition for a civil case, Virginia Giuffre was asked if she believed Donald Trump had witnessed the sexual abuse of minors in Epstein's home. She said, "I don't think Donald Trump participated in anything. I never saw or witnessed Donald Trump participate in those acts, but he was in the house of Jeffrey Epstein." Then she added, "I've heard he has been, but I haven't seen him myself, so I don't know." Now, again, the significance of that, which is 9 years ago, is that clearly from the Epstein leaked emails today, he's talking about seeing Virginia Giuffre in his house with Donald Trump for a number of hours, which would contradict her statement there, made 5 years after that email was sent, saying, "I haven't seen him myself, so I don't know." So again, what we're seeing is a kind of, through these leaks, because they're coming selectively, we're just seeing a lot of stuff that's been said publicly by everybody involved, seemingly, getting contradicted by the leaks. But we don't have all the leaks, we don't have all the information, and it's quite hard to work out proper context for this stuff.
Piers, in the sad part is being this far removed from when the actual nefarious operations, things were going on in the island and also in Manhattan, et cetera, around the world. We're looking back, and now all of a sudden, any sort of crossing paths with Jeffrey Epstein is some sort of guilt or an indictment of Trump or anyone else. Let's not forget, Bill Gates was at many high-level celebrities were at this island. Did they participate in the sexual rape, the pedophilia going on? No one knows. But certainly because they've crossed paths or Epstein casually mentioned someone's name in an email that, yeah, that guy knew it was, doesn't indict them, doesn't make them guilty of it. And what's happening is now the Democrats are releasing this the way they are. And frankly, the way the Trump administration handled the original, we're going to release and then pulled back, is creating this media circus around it. Clearly, it's a media. Epstein has massive appeal to the consumer, to the news consumer and the political consumer. I just don't think it's going to have a political influence the way the way I believe the Democrats think it will. My guess is there may be some sort of smoking gun with Trump, but it also will incorporate some high-level donors on both sides, maybe some friends of Trump, certainly some friends of Biden, or it would have come out during the Biden administration, and everyone's staying quiet. And once again, the American people get screwed. We get completely blindsided by the swamp and the disgusting shit that goes on. You know what's even bigger than this that no one's talking about? The $100 or $200 million that congressional members and senators have paid victims of their own sexual abuse. Yet we're worried about whether Donald Trump knew or didn't know what was going on at the Epstein mansion when it was going on. At this point, who the hell really cares?
Well, I got to say, I care, actually, and I've known Donald Trump a long time. I like him personally. He's been a friend of mine. But I care. I care because 2,000 young women and many underage girls were abused by a lot of rich, powerful people. And we still have only had one person held accountable for that, and it was Ghislaine Maxwell, a woman. Right, so no man has ever been held properly accountable. Epstein cheated accountability by, I believe, taking his life. Others think otherwise, but I think he probably did.
I don't mean,
Alan,
Piers,
what I want to bring to you
to belittle the victims. So I'm not belittling the victims. I agree that anyone who's known to have participated in this as a man, or anyone who facilitated the abuse, the pedophilia, Ghislaine Maxwell and others, should be held accountable, should be in jail. I absolutely agree. I meant for Trump politically, release the stuff. Let people know.
So, just really quickly, first and foremost, before I give my opinions on a more broader part of what it is that Eric Bolling said, it's very important to understand first and foremost who Eric Bolling is. So, he's been a long-time supporter of an ally of Donald Trump, consistently praising Trump's policies and his leadership since his 2015 campaign launch. He's also publicly described his commentary as very right-wing and conservative, aligning closely with Trump's political stance. Okay, so if you take a look at Donald Trump's agenda, what's happening in the United States of America right now, you will understand that Eric Bolling is an individual that he doesn't care of any of the wrongdoing Donald Trump has done. The most important thing that he cares about is Donald Trump getting his agenda done right now. What is Donald Trump's agenda? Project 2020, was it 2025 or 2026? I don't know why it slipped my brain, but Project 2025. I believe it's 2025 anyway. Yes, Project 2025. Getting that agenda through. That's the most important thing for Donald Trump and people that align with Donald Trump. So do you think that these men, and just being 100% transparent because it aligns with their agenda, these white elite males who want America to be a white nation once again, because that is what will allow them to be able to stay in power, do you think they believe or even care if Donald Trump was involved with the egregious allegations, that's what they are at this point, that are out there against him, especially due to what Jeffrey Epstein was found guilty of? Of course not. They don't care about these things. They don't. What they care about is Donald Trump getting his agenda through. Now, why do I believe that some of the things that Eric Bolling said is 100% the truth? Even if it comes out that Donald Trump was found guilty, pictures, everything was there in front of MAGA and Republicans, they wouldn't care. And the reason as to why is because they align with Donald Trump's policies and his leadership, and they will consistently put Donald Trump's controversies over that. They will do that. We've seen it. This is an individual that has been found guilty of 34 different convictions. But nobody cares. MAGA, Republicans, they don't care. They do what Eric Bolling does in this interview. If you haven't checked it out, the link to the full debate is in the description below. You literally see Eric Bolling try whataboutery. Oh, these guys tried to That's irrelevant. What we're talking about now is what's come out and what's important. But the loyalty and the framing of their loyalty is what shields Donald Trump from any wrongdoing. And this is the reason as to why, now I always say, poor and working class people voting against their own interests. Stupidity. Because if we can't rely on the system to lock up rich and wealthy individuals for doing things wrong, guess what? If it's me or you, we're done. We're finished. And that's what happens. MAGA, they love a good conspiracy. Another issue and another problem when it comes to this. This is what it is that they think, and this is what it is that they refer to. They refer to it as a conspiracy theory. That's exactly what it is that they see it as. And they will always say it's a conspiracy. They're just trying to take him down. It's the deep state. All of this foolishness. But the reality is this: if it was me or you, like I just said, and we was accused of these things, and there was so much evidence, and not just evidence, if there was so many things that pointed the finger at someone, like, let's be 100% honest, when it comes to this Jeffrey Epstein situation, the defense that the FBI and the Department of Justice are running for Donald Trump, remember, these are people that ran on the idea of, we're going to release the Epstein files and we're going to take down the individuals. Now they're in a position to do it. You're all seeing all these people walk it back. Donald Trump is literally out here saying that it's a Democrat hoax. But Jeffrey Epstein's estate, they're not Democrats. They're not. This is information that was here before, the Democrats that are around today were even in the positions that they are. So we know what's taking place, and it's just so blatant to see what Donald Trump is doing. And it's just sad. It genuinely is just sad, because MAGA and Republicans will literally allow a wealthy individual to get away with something like this. Meanwhile, they'd never be able to do it if it was themselves. It's crazy, and it's really, really crazy. And let me just make it clear for you, those of you that are watching, that may be thinking, well, there might be Democrats in there. Listen, if Democrats are guilty, and not just Democrats, people, because Jeffrey Epstein's circle of influence wasn't just the United States of America, it spanned the world. We've literally seen in my country, formerly Prince Andrew, all of his titles now removed. I don't care who you are, left, right, independent, in the middle. If these individuals are guilty of wrongdoing when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein and underage girls, they need to be held accountable. Say it out loud. They need to be held accountable. Absolutely crazy stuff. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. While you guys are down there, do me a massive favor, hit the thumbs up button purely for the YouTube algorithm, and also hit the subscribe button. We are on our march to 75,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I know I was away for a little bit of a while, and I apologize, but it's not going to happen again. I'm all in, and I am consistently bringing more clips and my thoughts. I don't know everything. I'm not the biggest, most well-versed person on American politics, but I just like to give my 2 pence and my thoughts as and when it comes about. But listen, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Have a good one, guys.